Roughly 48 hours after the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, authorities are still trying to learn why it happened. The FBI has gotten into the gunman's phone, but it has apparently revealed no clues to Thomas Crook's motive in the shooting. Meanwhile, this afternoon, Trump was officially chosen as the Republican nominee for president at the start of the party's national convention. And Trump announced Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his choice for running mate. Today, we're asking Rhode Island's members of Congress about that assassination attempt.
Well, this follows their written statements over the weekend, and Republicans, to some degree, blaming some of those same Democrats, as political reporter Brian Crandall tells us tonight. Brian?
Gene, Emily, Rhode Island's congressmen are, like many others, condemning political violence, but there is still politics at play in the wake of the assassination attempt. It didn't take long after a would-be assassin took aim at former president and Republican nominee Donald Trump for some members of his party in Congress to blame Democrats, who've called Trump a threat to democracy. I asked Rhode Island's Democratic senators, Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse, to respond. Some Republicans are blaming the environment that Democrats, they say, created with what they say about Trump.
I don't think that's credible. I do think that we have to reaffirm that in a democracy, violence has no place.
What's your response to that about the blame game now after the assassination attempt?
Well, I think basically what we've seen on social media particularly is uncontrolled rhetoric stemming from every direction, left, right, up, down, which has created this climate where violence happens. We do have a problem, but to say that, oh, it's the rhetoric of one side, you know, we saw some violent activity on January 6th that was generated by a lot of rhetoric.
As Reed turned the conversation to the Capitol riot by Trump supporters after the last election, he also mentioned a difference with Republicans that often surfaces following high-profile shootings.
I would suggest if my colleagues on the other side were interested in making real steps, well, let's pass the assault weapons ban.
White House, too, brought up the young gunman's use of a legally purchased AR-15-style weapon to shoot Trump in the ear, kill a man in the crowd, and wound others.
We have a guns problem as well that needs to be addressed.
Meanwhile, Congressman Gabe Amo said the time for politics will come, but he hopes the assassination attempt changes the tone of politics in the country for now. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.